offices of leaders and county assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and a faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interest you have committed to our church. Amen. Welcome, sir. My name is Moses Kebene, MCA CMAT Kapsaret Ward, and I'm the chair Committee of Lands and Physical Planning. We are co-chairing with my colleague here. He will introduce himself, then he gives an opportunity to honorable members to also introduce themselves, then later you introduce.
Thank you, Honorable Kebene. I'm Honorable Amos Kiptanui. I do the Committee of Housing and Development, and I want to welcome all of us to this special sitting, committee sitting, which is a consideration of public interest. And so you are welcome. Welcome our surveyor, our secretariat. I want to take this opportunity to request our sergeant at arms to have a mic, so you pass to the honorable members so that they can introduce themselves from the further end.
Thank you, Chair. Both chairs, invited member, honorable members. I am Honorable Isaac Chirchir, Vice Chair to the Committee of Urban Planning.
Protocol observed. I'm Honorable Gilbert Lagat, MCA Kiplombe Ward, member to the committee.
All protocol observed, led by the two committee chairs. I'm Honorable Isaac Samoe, MCA Kapsas Ward, and member of both committees.
The two chairs co-chairing this investigation, my name and our visitor, my name is Honorable Francis Muyamongi, a member to the two committees and double up as the leader of minority. Thank you.
Thank you. Two chairs, our visitor, honorable members. My name is Julia Sang, MCA Megun Ward, and a friend to the committee, also the leader of majority. Karibu sana.
Our chairs, invited guests, honorable members, good morning. My name is Sarah Malel, member representing Kimumu, a member to the Lands and also Urban Development, and the Deputy Speaker, the County Assembly of Uasin Gishu.
And I am Jonathan Ngetich, member of the committee.
Patrick Imayo, MCA Mosbridge.
Julia Songok, a member representing Tuyat and majority whip.
CPS Samuel Sawe, member representing Kamagut and friend of this committee.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rebecca Magut, MCA representing Queen Kapsuso Ward, member of this committee.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gilbert Koskei, member representing Jeptilet Kipchamo, a friend of the committee.
Good morning. My name is Honorable Kapka Evans, member for Tembelia Ward and a friend of the committee.
Good morning. My name is Hilary Kipchumba, MCA Moibien Ward, a friend to this committee.
I'm Kimani Onjohi, the minority whip in the House, and also member serving Huruma Ward.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Honorable Richard Kering, representing Geria Ward.
Gilbert Chepkonga.
Thank you so much, honorable members. Now we go to our secretariat.
My name is Torois Kimtai from Research Department.
My name is Thomas Albey, Sajinata.
I'm Naomi Serem, Committee Clerk.
Good morning, I'm Michelle Saina from the Legal Department.
I'm Kelvin Wibanda, Committee Clerk.
I'm David Sum from Public Relations Department.
I'm Kogeluk Rebecca, Hansard Department.
And I'm Richard Diego, Deputy Clerk.
Now it's your time, sir, to introduce yourself. Then we start the proceedings.
I'm Langat Samuel. I'm the County Surveyor, National Government. Thank you for the invitation.
Karibu. Welcome, Mr. Langat. You feel comfortable to speak either Kiswahili or English. It's allowed here. As much as you express yourself, I think the easiest language that you feel is better to express yourself. Now, the reason we called you here is just for a discussion and to enlighten us on some issues following complaint from members of the public regarding construction of a building on a claimed road reserve. A joint committee on lands, physical planning, housing and urban development is in the process of establishing the truth of the matter. This committee therefore would like you to shed light on and furnish the committee with information relating to the subject as indicated in the letter that was forwarded to your office on 13 September 2023. I hope you received that letter, sir. Kindly welcome.
Okay, thank you so much. And also, thank you so much. You are once again most welcome to this session. And as a procedure, because you are giving to this committee an information which we believe it is true to the best of your knowledge, and in that case, you will be under oath, and so that we can proceed on, because what you are going to share with us is very sensitive, and it will be relied upon as we do our report over the same. So our county legal officer, Madam Michelle, kindly administer the oath.
I, Samuel Langat, swear before God that the evidence I shall give before this joint committee, touching on the matters in question, shall be the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Thank you so much, Mr. Langat. Now, as you are aware that you are invited, and the letter that was made to you was very specific over a specific matter, which has elicited a lot of public concern. And in the process of determining the position, you as a county surveyor, who is a professional in survey works, you are hereby, or you are requested to provide this committee with certified copies of FR and RIM map of Eldoret Municipality Block 6, Block 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 as by the letter, and also amended copies, if any, of FR maps and RIM of parcels of land above, that is number A, and also Eldoret Municipality Block 6, leasehold status when we reach that point. But for now, I want to confirm if you have with you certified copies of FR and RIM map for the said parcels of land. Kindly, Sergeant Atam, be next to him so that Mike will not be far.
Yes, I have a certified copy of the FR and the RIM for parcel number 10. For the other parcels, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11, 12, and 13, they were not able to get it from Nairobi. For your information, the information you asked, we don't have them here at Eldoret. They are with the Director of Survey in Nairobi. So when I got this letter, I requested for the same, and the only one they gave me is for parcel number 10, although the same has been changed. The number has changed to number 460.
Okay.
So I can say I have a certified copy of FR and RIM for Block 6.
So you don't have for the rest of the...
I don't have for the rest because...
What could have been the reason that you are not able to...
They say they are missing, is missing in Nairobi.
In Nairobi?
In Nairobi.
The head office that we want to believe that is where all maps are.
They are there.
And they are not there.
They are not there.
Very interesting. Thank you. Now, I think, honorable members, I want to seek your indulgence. In absence of the rest, what do you think? Shall we proceed or what do we do? Because I want to believe there was a reason why these are certified copies of plot number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, and 13. Can we proceed with what is available? Honorable Chepkonga.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I want, through you, Chair, that the surveyor tells us we need to do that well. The other blocks could not find in Nairobi because he's saying that he was told. I want him to take responsibility because he's part of the system in the lands department, in survey, to own it, to say it is missing so that we know where to start.
Okay, point of order. Thank you, Honorable Chepkonga. But I want to believe you said very well that he was told they are missing. Is that what I heard? Now, as we give different, or what do you have to say, Mr. Langa?
No, they told me they cannot trace that thing for now because the time was short.
Point of order, Chair. Point of order, Chair.
What is out of order and under which standing order, Honorable?
It's not a proceeding of the whole, it's not an assembly, it is a committee of investigation and it's not understanding orders.
Okay.
Mr. Lagat is misleading this house. This is a house of investigation, and once you've
order, Honorable, my able Deputy Chair, order, kindly. I think Mr. Lagat was very clear. At what point did you come to determine that he is misleading? I've just said I'm seeking for your indulgence.
I'm clarifying my misleadership on Mr. Lagat that this house wrote to him, through him, to provide the documents. This is a house of evidence. If in any circumstance the documents are missing, we must have a written reply from the other end, not by mouth. How do we authenticate the reply by mouth? So he must table a written communication from the department as an evidence of the missing papers, so that from there we can pick the matter from that position.
Thank you, and I want to overrule the word misleading because he has not clarified. Written, already determined. So,
Chair, he said he has been told.
Okay, it's okay. You are.
Why are you so? you are not the chair.
Maybe.
I don't think you are the.
Maybe chairman. Maybe chair.
Honorable Muya.
For the benefit of that, as you give Honorable Muya, maybe the surveyor took clarify if the communication from the headquarters was by written or verbal, so that we don't mix up issues.
Okay, kindly.
Was
It was verbal. And maybe I can suggest, because these documents are not within our office, the best option could have been to write to the director of survey himself, so that he can provide these documents.
If that is the case, how did you obtain the one for plot number 10? Even without writing to the director of survey?
I just called Nairobi. They looked for it and then they sent it to me.
So which means it is you who was specific on plot 10,
No,
but
I
not
just,
the
gave,
rest?
I just gave them all the numbers.
Okay.
And they told me they cannot trace the other ones. They only gave me plot 10.
To the best of your knowledge, what do you think would be the reason that the rest could not be traced?
I cannot know.
Thank you. Honorable Muya.
Thank you very much, Chair. The matter that is before us it is a very sensitive matter. We all know it is a matter within or with the public, and it is out of the public outcry. That's why we are here. And the officer before us, Mr. Langat, the national government surveyor representing Wasengishu, knows that lands matter are very emotive. And that's why we are holding this matter in a very professional manner. Because as we speak, Mr. Speaker, they are hearsay that even our county headquarters, somebody has a title deed against the government offices and so many others. And the two chairs, Block 6 is a place whereby, I have the institution memory. This is a place whereby even there were open spaces, whereby the defunct council even decided to put some traders to trade on those open spaces. And the surveyor, knowing that the matter at hand are very emotive, land matters, if I were him, he even need to seek more time so that we can help Kenyans at large. Because we are not saying that he is culpable. We just invited him to give us information. And if he did not go further as a representative of the national government office, and now he's directing us to write to the director, which we are going to write because the committee has powers, but to me, the two able chairs, I think for the officer to know that we are serious, for him to know that we are very serious, because the implication here can even touch a national government officer. You well know. He be given enough time with instruction what we require from him, because we are not going to call the director of survey here. He is the one who represents him, that office. We need to give him enough time, or the time that he thinks is sufficient, so that he does not bring verbal information. We all remember the golden bag saga in our country. People and officers are saying, I received a call. Surely that is not how government works. Government works through correspondence. Therefore, to me, from where I sit, I see Mr. Langat, my good friend, as if he's not prepared or he's concealing some information. Therefore, from where I sit and with my seniority, he ought to be given enough time with instruction on what to provide to this committee, because what we are looking into is a matter that is so dear to the public, to the resident of Wasingishu. Mark you that we are ushering a city. Eldoret town, we are ushering it into a new city. And we want any public utility be safeguarded, because we are going to expand for proper provision of services to the great people of Uasin Gishu County. Thank you, Chair.
Mheshimiwa Majority Leader. Oh, Mheshimiwa Isaac Samoei, sorry.
Thank you, the two chairs. I find a government officer saying the materials we are required in this assembly cannot be traced in a national office. Just one question. If that document is not in national office and in your custody office in county, within the president of county in a government of Uasin Gishu, do you have such document? Allow me to ask him one-on-one.
We don't have those documents. They are in Nairobi. The custodian is the director of survey.
So you don't have in county,
We don't have
and
in
there is
county.
not found in national government.
They told me that it cannot be traced.
So in other words, those documents are in non-existent?
No, they must be in existence.
Now that if they are not being able to be traced, where, even if we give you 1 year, where will you get it from?
No, it's better if you have a written letter to the director of survey. That from there they can follow.
But I want you to understand that you are under oath. What you are saying now can be used even in a court of law. Are you aware? Are you aware, sir, Mr. Langat?
I'm now aware.
You are aware?
Now.
So though you have said those documents cannot be traced.
It was just a fapple.
You didn't take a step of going and bring it out?
No, the time was short. The time was short.
How many days were you given the notice?
In fact, the letter I received it last week.
When?
It was on Monday. Was which day?
The letter is dated 13 September.
13 September. Today is 27th, which is
I think
precisely 2 weeks ago.
I received last week or around Tuesday.
So thank you, Chair.
No, thank you. I think he has made himself clear. So I want us to make a progress based on what he has shared. Honorable Leader of Majority, and then Honorable Jonathan, and then Honorable Wanjoy, in that order, kindly.
Thank you, Chair. I think what I wanted to ask my able deputy has asked, it's a curious question because, Chair, I find the officer, I know maybe this is your first time to appear before a committee of the County Assembly, but things should be taken with the seriousness it deserves. Now, where I fail to understand, Mr. Langat, is government, we know that government is one, right from the top to the bottom. And therefore, whatever information is available at the national should be available here, even if it is a photocopy or like something like that. But now, where I fail to understand is this the first time that a document like this is missing? Because if it has appeared like this, then there should be a procedure. I don't understand when you say we write to the director. Does that mean that you do not have the capacity? Because you are transferring your responsibility to us to ask for that document, and yet you are the person that we entrusted with that responsibility. So I don't understand why. Is it that you have no good rapport with the national office, or what is happening?
Not really. The reason as to why I say we write to him, it is because he's the custodian of those documents.
So in other words, you are saying we addressed the wrong person by writing to you?
Members, I think let him give us the information that he has. Then the information that he hasn't given us, we as a house, we will see what we can do about it. Let us proceed. Let him give us information that he has. And I'm requesting, because as a house, we have other channels of getting more information concerning the said parcel of land. Kindly, members, let us proceed.
No, Chair. You have given the direction. Maybe we can proceed in that direction. We ask him to be as truthful as possible. He's in the county government of Uasin Gishu as a land surveyor. Following up with what the leader of majority was asking. He represents that office in Uasin Gishu County. Why could you tell us to write the letter to the head office? Why don't you write the letter on our behalf? Now that we have written a letter to you, why don't you write to them that I'm in receipt of a letter from Uasin Gishu County Assembly that requires the map, this and this map. Kindly facilitate for the maps to be produced. What is wrong about that?
It is possible that way.
Is it possible?
It's possible. It's possible.
Because you are our lead person here, and you are the link between the national office and the county government here. As the chair said, maybe we can proceed with whatever resources or information that he has, Chairman, so that as a committee, we make a conclusion later.
Mr. Langat, let me just make a ruling about it. Just members, hold on a bit. I think, Mr. Langat, the issue of those maps not being here, you said you have map number 10 only. Number 10. Is it for block 6?
It's for block 6.
Do you have the map for block 6?
I have it also.
A complete map?
A complete.
Okay. I think, members, we can proceed because the issue here is about block 6. So maybe as you leave here today, kindly, just write that letter. Probably we will follow it up with you. With the secretariat, will follow up. We know the status on the other side. Maybe almost just... Yeah, I think that is in order.
Thank you so much. I think, honorable members, I think we want to make progress that, one, in relation to the letter that written to you, it was your duty and responsibility to seek for these documents. And since you are a...
Point of order, Chair.
Yes, what is out of order?
Honorable Chair, I believe it is important for him to retract the statement about us invoking the National Land Surveyor. I want him to undertake to this committee that he is the final man here in Uasin Gishu to handle our issues. I want, and I'm praying that we avoid issues to do with write a letter to Nairobi. Unless you want to tell us that we are not working here in Uasin Gishu. If he retracts that, then we are good to go. Honorable Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Langat. So that we don't ask a lot of questions, I think you have seen the concerns of members. Tell us, how can you do and secure those maps, documents? We are very flexible to accommodate you because we are interested in this information. Kindly tell us, you have seen the concerns, how will you ensure that these documents are...
Going forward now, I'll have to write to my director to provide me with this information in written form, and then I'll avail it to the assembly.
Thank you. And this is the direction. We will not write to you again requesting for the same. Just do it as per our letter that you are requesting him to provide you with these specific maps. So don't expect another letter from us reminding you. It was your duty to do the same. Now, honorable members, can we proceed from there? That you will give us whatever he has, and now you said you have the map for block 6, plot number 10. Kindly give it to our secretariat to confirm the same that I will give. Our secretariat, kindly take the maps. And kindly confirm if they are certified. And remember, there is an FR and RIM map. So kindly have it, and maybe thank you so much, but kindly can we refer to the letter that was written to the department? Now, Secretariat, kindly can we have the maps? Order. Thank you. I think, honorable members, I want to confirm that thank you. I think we have received the copies of certified FR and RIM of the site 10. Members, I want us to be very clear. I think BDB was not requested as per the correspondence. Okay, kindly. Otherwise, anyway, honorable members, we have the copies of the same, and according to our maybe brief look at it, we have the FR map, and this is dated 24th October 2001. And from our surveyor, you will be able to tell us this FR map, which was dated, received 24th October 2001. And according to the FR that we have the parcel number 460, which according to the documents before this committee, which we went out of our way and secured, there is an RIM map of 1995. It shows that there's a difference between this RIM and even the FR of then and what you have provided us. I want to request our secretariat to kindly provide our surveyor with the map, with the maps, with the RIM, so that he will have a look at it and interpret it for us. What was it then? And explain to us to understand. And point of order, and honorable colleagues, as a committee, we want to admit this one because it is certified. So, and by admitting, we are going to refer to it as we do our interrogation. So kindly, you've got the maps. What kind of map is that? FR or RIM?
This is the RIM.
RM.
For block 6.
For block 6.
Yeah.
Is it the same as this one, though this one is more recent and colored somehow? Can you compare the same?
Yeah, I can compare the same.
Is it the same map?
It's the same block. Same block. Same block.
Okay. Can you interpret for us that one?
In this one, the parcel in question is depicted as number 10.
Number 10.
Number 10.
That's why we've stated plot number 10 as per our letter.
Plot number 10. Whereas in the other RM, it is depicted as number 460.
460.
Yeah.
Correct.
I can explain. The difference now is, in this one, there is a road below it.
Yes.
There's a road below it. And then in that one, there is no road. It appears the road was amalgamated with this number 10 to form 460.
Thank you. I think that is enough. Now, Secretariat, you can pick. Now, maybe before, as it is being retrieved, can you confirm that is authentic copy of the RIM?
Yeah, this is an earlier RM.
Okay.
And they are similar to that one. It's only that one has been updated.
The most recent. Thank you so much. Now, honorable members, I want us now to proceed. That now we have the RM for 1995 and this one for 2001. Now, I want to give you an opportunity to explain to us, help us to understand this transformation or this change from there was a road 1995. Now, in the 201, there is no road, and that is confirmed by the FR that is before us.
Chair, before he explains through you, may I interject by asking so that he replies with the same, that the said road, who is the custodian of the said road between 1998 before amalgamation, who is the custodian? And two, the procedure, if there was any substantial transaction or no substantial transaction, as you know, that in amalgamating any land or transferring any land from public to private, there must be either a substantial or non-substantial transaction. If there is, by what motion, through, is it national government or the then county council of Warren or say municipal council, by what motion do he have the motion to move after identifying the land that this is land should move to this other end?
Now,
Chairman,
maybe in addition to that, what Honorable Chichira said, while doing amalgamation, Chairman, is for parties. Maybe I and you have agreed that we join the land, we amalgamate because of a reason. While doing amalgamation, it does not affect any public utility. The public utility being a plot or a road reserve. Now, I want us to tell us, why did it affect the public utility, the road reserve, and while amalgamating, you don't touch anything to do with the public utility and the road reserve?
Thank you. Honorable members, I want to request this. I want to believe out of his explanation on the changes, we shall be able to understand. He will be able to tell us what is the process of changing from Block 10, there was a road, 1995, by 201, road disappeared, and there is a new plot for number 460. So kindly, Mr. Lagat, have your ample time. Take us slowly on the process, and then I want to request colleagues, kindly take note of any concern so that we don't interfere with the flow of the information. Mr. Lagat, kindly, and I want to request Secretariat, kindly provide water so that if need be, you will do it. I'm saying it in good faith because all of us, we have a bottle of water. Proceed, Chair.
Okay. There is one member one honorable member who asked about the custodian of that road. I don't know what he meant, but a road is supposed to be a public item. Supposed to be a public item. But it appears in this FR I've just given you, the same road was amalgamated with number 10 to be 1. And then there's a surveyor who did it. The name is indicated there. It is a Mr. Wainaina, who is a licensed surveyor. And then I believe if there are any changes to be done, there are some procedures to be undertaken. One, it should involve the Office of the Physical Planning. And then since it was around 2001, it must have involved the Commission of Lands to give out that authority either for that amalgamation purpose to be done. So the two offices, the Office of the Physical Planning and the Commission of Lands, they are the ones to undertake that issue of amalgamation. And then after getting that approval now, the surveyor is supposed to come in now to do the amalgamation.
Maybe, Mr. Lagat, you've said it correct. You have summarized it. But can you just slowly tell us today, I want to behave as if I am the owner of plot number 10. On that map, when the road was there, what do you require from me? I want to do the amalgamation. What is it required? Step by step. Do I need to apply? Or what is the process? Can you explain to this committee the process of amalgamation? What do you need to
an application from the owner.
Maybe, honorable members, let's go procedure now. You say it as per the specific case before us.
No, in general terms.
In general terms, yeah.
When you want to amalgamate some two parcels,
yes,
the owner is supposed to write to the county land administration officer. County land administration officer is an officer under the office of the Director of Land Administration, which was formerly the Commissioner of Lands.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you write, then that officer now, they liaise with the Physical Planning Department to prepare maybe a subdivision scheme plan or a plan or a BDP over the same for the amalgamation purpose.
Okay. Now you say the first step, as an interested party, I write to then the Commission of Lands requesting for amalgamation.
Order, Chair. Not the statement, not the interested party. It is the owner. He said the owner.
The owner is supposed to write to the.
And which owner? The owner of the other parcel or the nation or the public land?
And that is what I said, honorable members. I want us to narrow into this specific case. There was, you see now the current owner is the adjacent building. Who is the owner of the adjacent land?
The owner then, not the current owner. In amalgamation, Chair.
I think there was a private land existing.
Let me clarify.
A public land, not a private land.
Let me clarify. Amalgamation is supposed to be done by if that person owns the 2 parcels or 3 parcels of land.
Yes.
That is if they own.
Now, Chairman, the point is, there were 2 or 3 pieces of land here, and there is a public utility in between, in the name of the road, right? Now, there was an amalgamation between plot 1, 2, 3, or 4. There is no problem about that. How did it happen that you amalgamate together with the road? Now, tell us how was the road involved, and this is a public utility. How did the road come into being now to be amalgamated to this one, and it's a public utility?
That one I may not know that one because.
Thank you. Honorable members, we shall have a planner later on.
So we wanted to hear from the surveyor. We want to get information from him.
What I know, you just only amalgamate if you are the owner of the two parcels or two or more.
Yes, thank you.
I think that is clear. I think Honorable Rebecca Makut.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to get him well. When he says if the two plots adjacent belongs to the same person, then it is allowed to amalgamate. But if there is a public utility between the two, what happens? Because my history serves me well. I was doing business there in 1994, and there was a road in that place taking us to Juakali. I worked there in 1994. I have the history with me. There was even this line of Kenya Telecom. There was a wire going through down the other place. So my question, Chair, is how do you amalgamate two parcels and there is a public utility in between?
Mr. Lagat, for the benefit of members, you've said amalgamation is done if the parcel of land belongs to an owner.
To one owner.
One owner.
One owner.
Now, in this case, this is a road here. How, maybe in layman's language, how can you amalgamate plot A, you amalgamate with the road so that all of us can understand the procedure of this is not two lands of one person. This is a piece of land plus a road, a public road here.
It is not possible.
Thank you.
Yes, that is it. And for point of clarity and information to you and to the House is that it's only the national or county government by its own volition that can see that a public utility needs to be converted to a private entity and can write to the National Lands Commission. It is not a person to do his own things. So you put it, we want to agree with you that that was an illegality. Do you agree with us?
It seems because
it's,
when you talk of NLC,
yes, that's okay.
It came into existence recently.
Yes,
yeah,
that's it.
But initially, it was the Commission of Land. So,
thank you.
Whatever went on, I cannot. Yeah.
Yes, Chair. Yes, Chair.
Honorable Wanjoy.
Yes, Chair. I believe that there must be step procedure that must be undertaken before that amalgamation is done between two plots. Who is a concerned officer that are deployed to the ground for them to confirm that actually those two plots belong to one person? And in this case, who were the officers that were sent to the ground to confirm that actually amalgamation needs to be done to these two plots?
I may not know.
Thank you, Chair. All the honorable members, let us be orderly that we raise raise your hand when you want to speak. And the officer has just said he may not know, but in the map there is a Mr. Wanaina, and on record. You are on record, and remember, you are not acting as Mr. Lakat. You are on oath as an officer of government. And again, you are on record as saying that the then lands commissioner in 2001 is the one that might have authorized the amalgamation of public utility to private entity. Right or wrong?
No, he had powers at that time for any allocation of
That's
land
okay.
to be done. Yeah.
So he's the one.
I don't know if he was involved. I don't know.
Chair.
Because I don't have any document.
Thank you.
Chair,
Honorable Muya.
I heard him very well. In case of any amalgamation, there are two very important officers
whose office ought to be sought or to be brought into the picture? The fiscal planning office, you said so?
Yeah.
And the
County Land Administration Officer.
yes, and even is there. So it's upon us to get to know from those offices, were they involved?
Thank
so
you.
that we raise that case.
Thank you. Honorable Kwakwas.
Two years, nataka kusema hivi. Kufanya amalgamation hiyo inakuanga. Na nilikuwa nataka kusema hivi. Wanasema ukitaka kuponyesha kinonda ni mzuri ufinye kabisa usaa itoke. Hii maneno ya hii shamba msiangalie hiyo peke yake. Wacha isae. Na nataka ambie nyinyi sahi. Nyuma ya hiyo njia, kwa hiyo njia, nyuma yake hivi, mahali wanausia magunia, ilikatwa ploti 2. Hiyo mjue kwanza.
Thank you, member for...
Alafu hii hiko. Alafu mbele kulikuwa na daraja pale. Na kuna njia ilikuwa inaenda pale. Na hiyo imefungwa. Ilifungwa na ikang'olewa mpaka daraja ikaenda. Kwa sababu inaingia kwa wadi yangu.
Thank you, members. That is under matters arising. Let us address the subject now, where we are in. Thank you for the information. We are now heading forward because we know other things have happened. Thank you, member, for the information.
Same, Chair, on the same, it's a very good information.
Yeah.
Honorable Koku have just rose that in the RM that our research office and the officer have confirmed that it is a rightful map. It had numbers of plots, but in the new one there is an excess of other plots. And
for purposes of answered, can the member give us the notation?
So that he can also clarify
notation of the RM, the registry number of the RM we are referring to for purposes of answered.
So that the officer can still help us.
Yes.
Initially, what was the official plots? We have agreed about whatever he has advised us on the road reserve. Now we are on the other side on the same block number. There is another open space that other 2 plots were created, whatever Honorable Kokwa is saying.
Yes.
And he also need to give us, to shed some light, because also that open space, what was it? And was it right to create other 2 plots? Maybe he's in a position.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Our clerk, can we have the reading of the previous, the first map, and the
members, RM of 1995, it was a plain land. It is a public land. RM of 1995. Now, RM of 201, yeah, RM of 201, as Mheshimiwa Kokwa said, there is a plot 391, there is a plot 459, there is a plot 561, 489. Okay, now we can proceed.
But honorable members, the plots, as Honorable Kokwas did put, that were created all the way to the bridge, parcel 391, 459, 569, 489, and the one that was amalgamated, that was the road, that is 460. So a total number of 5 plots were generated from there. Thank you. From the public utility.
Yes, Mheshimiwa Rebecca.
Thank you, Chair. Let me just add some information on that. And that's why I said when I started talking that I have a history of that place. Chair, I thank God I was in the de facto council. I was a councillor for 10 years, since 2003 to 2012. Honorable Muya and Honorable Chepkule joined me. And Honorable Chepkule happened to have been the chairman town planning. The then municipality of Eldoret gave the Juakali sector, because it was an open land and government land, they gave Juakali sector a place, and some designs were done for Juakali sector and those who are doing their tires outside there. Part of it, they gave those ladies who sells sacks plus drums. They were open air. Unfortunately today, the said parcels that in the de facto council, they were meant for Juakali, somebody has a title deed. That is an information I just wanted to add, Mr. Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Rebecca, for the information. I think we can go back to the officer so that he can, whether he has anything else to tell us, to tell this committee.
Concerning the I think I'm done.
Chair, maybe still on the subject of amalgamation, I wanted to know from the officer, now that he keeps referring to the then Commissioner of Lands and the current dispensation, then what happens now if because I know we'll be getting all these issues coming up all the time. Is the county government involved in the process of amalgamation? Is the county by law allowed to do the amalgamation? And is that agreeable?
When there is any amalgamation to be done, currently the county government, they're supposed to be involved.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Masi. We are almost winding because we have one more, the physical planner, to come in. I can see the paragraphs of question that coming belongs mostly to the physical planner. Yeah. So
mine is just a point of information. I want to inform Mr. Lagat that the session is not taking place in this house alone. It is all over. So kindly don't act as Mr. Lagat. Act as an officer from the government.
Thank you. And as we wind up, the final thing, Mr. Honorable Muya.
Though Mr. Langat through the chair, have said that he has nothing to add, but so far he has given us very valuable information, and I would like him also shed some light that then when Honorable Rebecca is talking, when she served as a councillor, there was open space that was meant to be government and they were allocated to Juakali sector. And here, somebody who did the new map, those maps seems to have been allocated, those plots seem to have been allocated to somebody who is just waiting maybe to seek a court order to evict those persons. Can he, being a government officer, and a government, then the defunct council, had allocated that land for the Juakali sector, can he just advise us? Because the physical planner ought to have been involved, and the other office. Kindly, it is not your office, but please, you have helped us to know about the public road. What about this one, which was an open space, and so to speak, it was a public land, if I understand it. Can you help us to understand what ought to have happened for it to change hands? Thank you.
That was a bit tricky because that domain is purely under the physical planning. Yeah. It's under the physical planning.
So, honorable members, we allow that the physical planner will take up some questions. And nonetheless, also, we know that we have our legal department and research department. Matters to proceed on an item that is under investigation or is under out of office in this house is like a court. So our legal officer will give us way forward on such issues. Nonetheless, to wind up, just give us the list status of that parcel, the block 6, whether it has been renewed or whether, and you provide us with a certificate of lease if it is available.
Yeah, the lease status, it is not under my domain. It is under the domain of the county land administration officer. We don't deal with leases.
So we address the county land administration.
Yeah, land
Thank
administration.
you. Thank you. Any other thing before you end up?
Mr. Lagat, before you leave, I wanted just to pass an information to you. Article 40 of the Kenyan Constitution, number 5 and 6, states, the state shall support, promote, and protect the intellectual property rights of the people of Kenya. That is 5. Number 6, the rights under this article do not extend to any property that has been found to have been unlawfully acquired. So in this case, as you stated early, that amalgamation can be done when someone has two pieces of land, but a road cannot be amalgamated. Thank you.
Thank you. Final comment so that we, members, you can give any final comment from members? Final comment from Mr. Lagat?
Just thank you for this opportunity to come to this house to shed some light on the issues at hand. And there was that information which I did not bring for number 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then I'll now begin to liaise with Nairobi through written documents so that I can avail to this house. Yeah.
Oh, okay, Mr. Lagat, thank you for that information. Kindly, what duration of time can we expect the said documents to be here?
I may not know the time, but I'll be following up with a call. I'll
Maybe 1 week, 2 weeks?
So let's say 2 weeks.
Okay, 2 weeks from today.
I think 2 weeks is injustice to this house because we need to dispense. We have a lot of activities to do it. It is just a matter of him going and picking, whether it is there or not. 7 days is sufficient. Anything beyond 7 days is unrealistic.
Thank you. It's a house of law, and they have the latitude of the act that any matter is dispensed within 14 days. But do this end and the thank you. Okay, so it's a. So I think you've heard the honourable members. Thank you, honourable members. Thank you. For your information,
in 2001, it is the day of change.
Thank you, Honorable Kokos.
So we have to work with which is there.
Thank you, Honorable. Then you Honorable Member, but there were information at the beginning. I think you are not informed that there are some persons that were asked and he said that he has not provided. This one is there, but there are others that are also wanted. And he could not come with it. So allow him to go for that, Honorable House. Thank you. 7 days is the time you are given by this House. That is the law.
It's too short for...
That is the law.
Okay.
That is the law. You read your acts, I think you'll get it there. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Members. We are proceeding. We will have the next. We will ask Sergeant Adams to take our guest to for tea, and then we have the physical planner coming in. 7 days of working days. Thank you.